Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to How to Remove Unwanted Thoughts from the Mind, Sadhguru. How to remove unwanted thoughts. The only thing I could think of, well, I think an obvious answer would probably be meditation. Now, I don't know if this is permanently remove or just temporarily remove. I know keeping your mind busy kind of removes, or at least occupies the mind to not think about unwanted thoughts. But I don't know how to go with this because your memories are part of the material realm. Let's say that the part of your mind. It's not necessarily ever going to get removed, but your true self is never affected by it. The body, your mind, your thoughts will be, but not you. Now that's whether you allow those unwanted thoughts to affect you or not is up to you. For me, I've learned to let a lot of things not bother me. There are very few things still that bugs me a little bit, I think. Well, I know there's at least one, at the very least one, maybe two on average. But yes, and it's yeah, they're just very, very strong feelings, I suppose. But anyways, other than those one or two, not too many things are bugging me or are unwanted necessarily. So let's hear what Sadhguru has to say. Zen.
One day, when a Zen monk, Tanzan, and another young monk were traveling, they happened upon a beautiful young lady unable to cross a deep stream in full flow. Tanzan offered to help and carried her across the stream.
The young monk.
He bade farewell to the lady, and the monks continued on their journey.
Actually, now that I think about it, there's another way that I have done it before, which is not necessarily to fight it, but to allow it to happen, the thoughts, but not to be bothered by it. I'm not saying this is easy. He's like, oh, how do you not let it bother you? It's like, well, the only thing I can think of to say to that is just the fact that you know it's going to happen. And you can fight it all you want. It's going to be hard. But if you can just find a way, I mean, it's probably getting used to the emotion or getting used to whatever it is, that when it crops up, it doesn't bother you. And you don't allow it to control you. I know that's probably, I don't know if it's hard or not to do that kind of action, but that's the only thing roughly I can think of, is to know that it is something that you cannot exactly fight. It is something that's probably going to happen naturally. Just to allow it to happen and not fight it, but not to act upon it. That way, because fighting something that naturally happens is, in a sense, a losing battle. But to allow it to happen without acting upon it, you're not fighting it, so you're not losing.
After a few days of travel, the younger monk turned to Tanzan and in a very disturbed voice asked, "I thought we monks were supposed to avoid women. Why did you pick her up like that?" Tanzan replied, "What woman?" "Oh, you mean the woman way back there?
It's really weird.
I put her down long ago. Are you still carrying her?" What does Tanzan mean when he says, "Is the young monk still carrying her?"
And the thoughts.
The nature of the mind is such, the reason why people are struggling in their lives is they have not made any effort to understand the nature of their mind. One fundamental aspect of the mind is, what you say as I don't want, that becomes the nature of your mind. That becomes the main content of your mind. If you say, I don't want to think about monkeys, you take a vow, from now on I will not think about monkeys. Whole day you will be thinking about monkeys only. If you did not take such a vow, probably you will never think about monkeys unless you see them. So, being a monk, being a brahmachari is not a vow that I will not touch a woman. You have taken a certain commitment to achieve something higher in your life, to touch something, another dimension where mundane things will be meaningless to you. But if that has not happened, you are trying to do it as a rigid vow. You think by not touching a woman you will become a brahmachari or you will become a monk, that's not it. By aspiring for something higher, you will become a monk. You're constantly aspiring for something high, so you did not look at what's around you, that's different. But you saying, I will not look at this, will fill your mind with that.
Yeah.
So some woman needs some help, he helped her, he left her there and went on.
And I'm wondering if that goes along the lines of what I said, resisting something, you'll end up trying to fight it. You're fighting, you end up causing the suffering that you're trying to avoid by something that naturally comes up and you're like, no, 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 you're constantly fighting it. Now by you saying, acknowledging it and trying to avoid it, you're causing it to come up again. Whereas if something were to come up and you don't avoid it, but you don't act upon it, you're not resisting it, you're not fighting it, it's just you're just aware that it's there, but not fighting it. So you're, again, I guess it's a bit different. You're not suffering from it because you're not trying to fight it.
This one did not touch the woman, but now it's going on in his mind for 2 days. He can't keep her down. So the one who did what is needed, he left the woman there. The one who is trying to avoid the woman is full of that all the time. So this is not about the woman, this is not about something, this is about understanding the nature of your mind. If you say, I don't want something, only that will happen. Because in this mind, there is no subtraction or division. Forcefully you cannot take out a single thought from your mind.
Okay.
Whatever you try to do, there is only +1.
So I was kind of right earlier, and it's kind of what I thought too. I mean, even though I would have thought just to avoid it by thinking of something else, it's possible to do it that way, but I think the best thing to do probably is just to not fight it, acknowledge it, do something else, and by doing something else, you're not actively trying to avoid the other thing, but merely, I'm preoccupied with this, and not trying to fight. That's the biggest thing. It's not trying to fight, to resist, to stop the other thing, but merely, if it happens to come up, it comes up, but you're doing something else at the same time.
Addition and multiplication will happen. There is no subtraction and division in your mind. So you cannot forcefully take away a particular thought. It is just that if your aspiration is something else, all these things may evaporate. You want to go to the top of the mountain, you're very focused on that. What is at the foothills is not your concern. If you're trying to dodge the foothill, how will you go to the peak? You will never go, isn't it? If you avoid the foothills, how will you reach the top of the mountain? You will never reach. You're focused on top of the mountain, you will cross the foothill and not even notice it. So he helped the woman, it was not a big issue. Probably he didn't even bother with it's a man or a woman. Somebody asked for help, he just helped and went on. But this man who's trying to avoid the woman, his mind is full of that.
Oh, okay. Wait, is that it? Oh wait, there's more.
There was a great Zen master whose name was Nan-in. One day, a butcher came to him seeking enlightenment. He is indicating, you're a Buddha yourself, you're as much as me.
Oh, it's just a preview for all the… Be inspired by the great masters. It's just a preview of all the art of Zen stuff. So I was thinking also, it made me think as he was speaking, it made me think of Osho a little bit. Osho's a little bit of a different kind of guru. He seems to indulge. I won't say indulge. He seems to perhaps act upon your nature, your emotions, and whatnot. Not to resist it. Again, the whole point is not resisting. So if you have something, again, I haven't really watched too many Osho videos. I can't really react to those because they just get blocked. And but from the little bit I did watch of his, it seems like he's very truthful, meaning that he does not try to deny. He doesn't try to deny the I don't know how to say truth that he believes is true, or the wants and desires that he has. Perhaps again, very few videos I watch of his, but it seems like this. So if you act upon your desires, you're not fighting it. If you tell what you truly feel in your head, your mind, you're not fighting against your thoughts. So you're constantly being truthful to yourself, and you're not resisting. You're not trying to be like like saints and stuff. Like, oh, I must say all the proper things at the right time. I must never offend. I must try to be restrictive and restraint. It's Osho seems to be the one that's very harsh, truthful. Well, truthful, not necessarily harsh, but it comes out harsh because it's what he believes to be true. So if you have desires, you either act upon them or you don't, but you don't resist. And Osho perhaps acts upon it, but obviously not forcefully. Only people willingly. That's another thing. It's the fact, like, if you, I don't know how to say, but again, if you talk to him, obviously you should be expected to hear the truth from him, or from anyone really, whatever their opinions are. I know Sadhguru is a little bit like that sometimes. He points out certain things from people I notice, but it's not very often. It's very few. But yes. So in terms of your desires or whatever it is in your material realm, do not fight against it. Either act upon it, obviously so long as it's not harmful to other people, or acknowledge it, but don't act upon it. Resisting is suffering, I suppose. Let me know what you guys think about that. And I believe that to be true. It's very, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Oh yeah, there it is, and just, it's fine, whatever. I don't think it's easy. But it is, I believe, a path of least suffering, if you are capable of doing that. Acknowledging, not resisting, in either doing it or not doing it. So anyways, it's more action to remove unwanted thoughts from the mind. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.